Once, in a time when shadows held teeth and magic was a cruel mistress, there lived a witch. She had 2 daughters, one her own, as wicked and twisted as a gnarled root, the other a stepdaughter, as kind and bright as the morning sun. The witch loved her own daughter with a selfish heart, but she hated the stepdaughter with a cold, sharpening fury. It began with a simple apron. The witch's daughter craved it, and the mother whispered a dark promise. "Be still, my child, you shall have it. Your stepsister has lived long enough. Tonight, when the moon is high, I shall take her head." But the walls have ears, and the girl heard every word. That night, the witch's daughter climbed into the far side of the bed to stay safe. But in the dark, the stepdaughter gently, ever so gently, pushed the sleeping girl to the edge and took the place against the wall herself. Through the door crept the witch, an axe heavy in her hand. She felt for the body at the edge, and with one swift, terrible blow, she struck. She did not know she had just ended the life of the only person she truly loved. Terrified, the girl fled to her sweetheart, Roland. "We must go," she cried. "My stepmother has killed her own child, and when the sun rises and she sees what she has done, she will hunt us to the ends of the earth." She took the witch's magic wand, and, to buy them time, she took 3 drops of blood from the floor. She placed one by the bed, one in the kitchen, and one on the stairs. The next morning, the witch called for her daughter. "Where are you?" "Here, on the stairs, I am sweeping," cried the first drop of blood. But the stairs were empty. "Where are you?" the witch screamed. "In the kitchen, warming myself," cried the second drop, but the hearth was cold. "Where are you?" "In the bed, sleeping," whispered the third drop. The witch ran to the room, pulled back the sheets, and saw the truth. Her scream shook the house. In a rage, she pulled on her many-league boots and began a chase that spanned miles in a single step. She nearly caught them, but the girl used the wand. Snap! Roland became a shimmering lake, and the girl a duck floating in its center. The witch tried to lure the duck with bread, but the bird was too wise. Night fell, and they fled again. By dawn, the girl changed herself into a beautiful flower hidden in a briar hedge, and Roland into a humble fiddler. When the witch arrived, she recognized the flower. "Fiddler, let me pluck that blossom," she demanded. "Go ahead," Roland replied, "and I shall play you a tune." As she reached into the thorns, the music began, a frantic, magical jig. The witch was forced to dance. Faster and faster she spun, the thorns tearing at her skin, the briars shredding her clothes. She could not stop. She danced until her heart gave out, and she fell dead among the roses. "I must go to my father to prepare our wedding," Roland said, now free. "I will wait for you," the girl promised. She turned herself into a red stone landmark in a lonely field, waiting for her love to return. But the world is a fickle place. At home, Roland fell under the spell of another, and the memory of the girl in the field faded like mist. She waited for years, becoming a flower once more, hoping someone would simply trample her and end her sorrow. A lonely shepherd found the flower and took it home. From that day on, his house was enchanted. Every morning the floors were swept. Every noon a hot meal sat on the table. Following the advice of a wise woman, the shepherd threw a white cloth over the flower one morning as it began to transform. The spell broke. The beautiful girl stood before him. She told her story, and though he offered her his hand, she remained faithful to the Roland who had forgotten her. The day of Roland's new wedding arrived. All the village girls were called to sing. When it was the faithful girl's turn, her voice rang out like a bell from a dream. Roland froze. The fog in his mind cleared. "I know that voice," he cried. "That is my true bride." In that moment, the shadows of the past vanished. The two were wed, and for the first time in her life, the girl found a joy that no witch's axe or magic wand could ever take away.